All control is gone, you know. I'm watching my house in a whole other place. Like, I couldn't even get on a plane and be here fast enough.
Okay, you likely remember what happened to that Tempe homeowner who watched his own house get trashed from out of state. Cannot even imagine how he was feeling. He had rented it out as an Airbnb and could not believe his own eyes when he checks in on his surveillance cameras and finds that mess. Incidents like that might have you thinking twice about putting your home up as a short-term rental, but it is a great way to make some extra money. You just have to be informed, prepared, and protected. So let's go to an expert. Leslie Eastman is joining us with what to consider before you list. She's definitely an expert because she is the owner of the Platinum Experience Vacation Rental, managing about 75 properties.
Yes, exactly.
So you know exactly who this would be right for and who it would be wrong for.
Yes, and the first question I always have people ask themselves is, do you want to self-manage or do you want someone to handle everything for you?
Okay.
If you want someone to handle everything for you, I recommend reaching out to a property management company that really specializes in vacation rentals.
Okay.
Who's operating under the auspice of Arizona property management law for your protections.
Okay.
And if you're thinking, maybe I will go the self-management route,
Yes.
the question I ask people is, do you really have what it takes these days to be a true host and have a host mentality?
Okay.
So would you be super jazzed if you got this awesome review of your house of the best vacation ever that somebody had? But also, would you be just as jazzed to answer the phone at 3 in the morning
Ooh, yes.
for someone who needs their toilet plumbed?
All right.
Sometimes it's not that glamorous.
So important questions before you go. Also, you mentioned addressing, okay, if you're going to do this yourself or reach out to a company, say like yours, does your property stand out? So I was looking at some of the homes that you have, like especially up in
Yes.
Sedona. I mean, these are glorious places
so much,
that
yeah.
you'd be scrolling through and say, yes, heck
Absolutely.
yes, I want to stay there.
Sure.
Not every home is going to be that easy to fill.
Very true. So we've really focused on the design of the property because the modern Airbnb traveler has an expectation of the outside and inside really having that look and feel of a true vacation.
Okay.
We actually created a design business to cater specifically for vacation rentals to really maximize the vacation rental income that someone can have.
So say somebody's just going on vacation 1 week and they say, hey, I'd love to make a little side cash this time because I'm spending money here. Is that reasonable to take on right now, say in Arizona, when it's going to be in triple digits?
I mean, if you live in Sedona, this is the time to travel. So yes, if it's the summertime here, it's not really our money-making months,
I bet.
obviously. That being said, people come from California for June gloom and say, hey, we love the sun. We'll spend some time out here. But yeah, it's not necessarily the money-making months right now.
But say you do decide to go for it. Let's talk about some of the steps. Okay, what's next? You got 3 key things to address. If you say, all right, I am going to go for it and consider my home a short-term rental opportunity.
Yep. First, I'd say definitely protect yourself.
Okay.
So make sure that you're properly insured. So there is a specific vacation rental insurance that replaces your homeowner's policy.
Okay.
That if something were to happen while you're gone or while you're renting it, like the hot water heater burst, for instance, your homeowner's policy for vacation rentals will actually cover loss of revenue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if it's peak season, that can be a lot of money.
Yeah.
That can make a big difference.
And it's got to be you're taking on a lot of burdens with just having strangers in your home, right?
Absolutely.
So everything needs to be well insured.
Exactly. And the next piece that goes right along with that and actually coincides with what we saw last week, and I feel absolutely terrible for poor Charlie that this happened to. It just makes me sick to my stomach. But really understanding the Airbnb rules, because one thing that a lot do not understand and know is that Airbnb has $1 million policy to protect against those things.
Oh.
Yeah, so if that happens though, you have to follow their 48-hour process. You have to get everything replaced, you have to get everything fixed, you have to have everything turned in. It's actually happened to us, unfortunately, 4 times in our business.
Wow.
And but in 4 out of 4 circumstances, because we followed exactly what they tell you to do, in every circumstance, we have gotten 100% of the money back for our homeowners to where they were zero money out of pocket. So that's just, it's the piece that some people don't really realize that they have that extra protection even just with Airbnb.
And then you'd feel victimized all over again because then you miss that window and then you don't get anything back. That's terrible.
Exactly.
Also the laws. I mean, it seems like every so often we're talking about a municipality or a city changing the policy on this? So how do you
Great
know where
question.
you are?
Yeah, and that would be the next thing is I definitely would need everybody to really understand their Arizona laws.
Okay.
The really cool thing is Governor Ducey is all about deregulation and deregulated our industry with SB 1350
Okay.
a couple years back. But there's new laws that are coming about too that you really need to be familiar with. The newest one is House Bill 2672. Yeah, you definitely just need to understand
Okay.
your local and everything laws.
And even if it is allowed in your city, you also, if you're part of an HOA, would have to know that the HOA allows it. Is that right?
Yes, and most do not. So
Aha.
it has to be part of the CC&Rs, and even if it is right now that it's totally fine, that doesn't mean 3 months down the road they don't change their mind. So,
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Say we do just want to get out of the heat, or maybe we think we've got a luxury
Sure.
property worth listing with you. How do we find you? What's the website?
Yeah, www.platinumrentalexperience.com. Platinumrentalexperience.com. You can also follow us on social media, which is awesome. We promote so many local awesome events. We'd love to host you.
Leslie, thank you. We learned a lot
you.
today. Appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Gina?